what the engineering managers and product managers are needing is a much more holistic vision of what teams are working on. They need APIs to be reliable. They need those teams to be productive. And then they really need governance, and speaking to what TeejLabs, delivers is, you guys aren't just building another product. You guys are responding to the one of the top pain points, or several of the top pain points that, we're hearing from engineering managers is, well, one, they don't know where all the APIs are. So API discovery is like super critical, because you can't do any of the things I talked about when all your teams are building APIs in silos. They're not collaborating and sharing, and you can't find them. They're just, powering applications and things. So discovery, so that you can find them, so that you can standardize them, so you can find vulnerabilities, so that you can, do all the things, secure, test, and all those things that you need to do as part of good governance. And so that's kind of the mix of those two layers. Is developers just need debugging, they need to be able to document, they need to be able to do their jobs fast, have the velocity that matters. The leadership, the engineering managers and leadership needs consistency, standard. They need, those teams to be delivering reliable APIs. They need to be productive and moving forward and iterating fast, but in a governed, standard way. And then the top leadership, they want to achieve their business objectives and dominate their industries and move fast, be agile, nimble, and being able to do what they need to do to remain competitive or lead in their industries. The most immediate is security, vulnerabilities, and breaches. You're gonna have problems, and you're gonna have really big problems show up on your doorstep on a regular basis, because you're building APIs for the Equifax breach is one high profile one. It was API created for a contest, I believe, that was using Java struts. The API was just created on the fly for a contest. It went out, the contest passed, and then this API lay dormant. The page was done, the whole thing was done. The Java struts API didn't get patched, and a known vulnerability was in there. And so, and then someone found it, and because there was no policy or strategy for how you limit what each API can or can't do. You don't have that known policy that dictates that at the API management layer. They were able to get in there and get access to everything, and so it's those are the immediate things that people are gonna face, and those are just gonna come rapid fire. It's like, who's next? And as we saw with some of the latest high profile breaches, it's going to be big. They're going to get bigger and bigger and more expansive through your partners. The flip side of that, is you're just not going to move fast enough to remain competitive. Like, if you can't see your APIs and you're not able to iterate on them and evolve them and version them and move them forward in a collective way across your teams, you're not going to be fast enough to compete. You're not going to stay ahead. You're going to fall behind. And then once those breaches happen, you're going to fall further behind, and until you're not relevant or you go out of business. So it's, there's immediate needs, but then if you want to, keep up with the pack or lead the pack, you've got to be able to iterate upon your APIs in a consistent, efficient way. So you can't have redundant resources. You've got to, and you've got to have teams that know how to evolve and minimize dependencies. If you can't see your APIs, you don't know what your dependencies are across those APIs. And so you need it to remain competitive.